Hello everyone. In the last video, we have seen some of the basics of software testing. So what is the importance of software testing we have seen, what is testing we have seen, and what is a requirement, and what is software, and what is software testing, and what are all the different categories of applications like both web and desktop applications, and what is defect deviation from the requirement. And similarly, we have seen project and product. So project means if you are building something according to a specific customer need, that we call it as project. If you are building based upon the overall market need, then we call it as product. And also you need to understand one more thing, that is what is quality. So when I say quality, so you need to understand the meaning of quality first. For example, if I ask you to buy a shirt, so when I say what would be general cost of a shirt, it starts from some 300 rupees. At least a minimum cost of a shirt is 300 rupees to maximum of 3000 to 4000 also nowadays. That means if you are going for a branded shirt, so if you are going for Levi's or any branded shirt, then the cost may be high. But when a person who is not able to invest this much amount for a single shirt, he may go and purchase a shirt which will satisfy his basic need. So in that case, you are not going to look at the brand, you are just looking at whether it is meeting the customer's requirement within the customer budget, because he don't want to spend that much money. That means for that particular person, the 300 rupees shirt is a quality shirt for him, which will help him to wear, and then which is according to his requirement. He don't want to spend too much money based upon his budget. So now you cannot say the branded shirts are not quality shirts. In the same manner, you cannot say that the other shirt which is of less cost also not a quality one. So quality is always defined in the customer's perception. So when I say perception, it should have some value. So when I say value, let us say you are trying to identify a particular phone. Let's say take an example of a phone. So you have different phones are there, and the costly one is iPhone, and then you will have so many other Android phones, Vivo, Oppo, and also you will be having Motorola and other brands. There are so many brands. So if somebody wants to spend only 10,000 rupees, 10K for his requirement, he want a phone which is a smartphone. That means he won't be able to buy iPhone, but he may be able to get a phone in other brands. So it does not mean that these phones are not quality products. So the person, whoever is purchasing according to his budget, whether the requirement he is able to fulfill his requirement whatever is needed to make use of this phone, whether the phone is having smart features or not. Smart features in the sense whether he is able to use internet and UPI, that is Google Pay and Paytm and other phone pay methods, and also whether he is able to download some games and play. So if these are the requirements of the person, if he want a phone in 10K, 10,000 rupees, then also he'll be able to buy a phone which is of the other brand. That means always you cannot say that only the highest qualified brands are only the quality ones, but there may be slight difference. But we look at when you are testing any software, the quality has to be defined based upon the customer's requirement, and also it should have a presence of value. So when I say it should have presence of value, you must test it properly. So when you say the application, you if you don't test it properly, then what will happen? You will not be able to deliver the quality software. So when I say quality, whatever the requirement has been provided by the customer, it should meet the customer's requirement, and then according to that, you'll be able to write the customer's review also, whatever you have delivered. So presence of value means, for example, let us say I have a person who is a illiterate. Illiterate means those who don't study or illiterate. So when I have a illiterate person, I'm giving a phone which is having smart features. But what these people will do, they might be using only the uh, incoming calls. They might have to press the green button, and outgoing, once the phone is completed, they might have to press on the red button. So they will use only the green button and red button. In this case, if you are going to give this to the person who is illiterate, so in such cases, what will happen, the person may not be able to use the features uh, features which are available in the entire application. Those they may not be able to use it. So when I say, in this case, whatever the phone you are giving, the smartphone with the highest whatever the features are, advanced features also, even though the user is not using all the features, then that is not user friendly to this particular person. So that means for this particular person, you need to give a phone which will meet the customer's basic need, that is just to attend the calls. So when I say attend the calls, you just need to press the green button when the call when the incoming call comes in, and once that is done, you have to press the red button. So if they are not, if they understand that, then they should be able to do the calls. That is the minimum use of that particular phone. So now you are clear on what exactly quality. So what is quality now? Quality is defined based on the customer's requirements, and also it should have presence of value. So if you are getting something and if it is of no use, then whatever the quality brand you are bringing, that's of waste, and it is not used by anyone. So that is all about quality. So when you say quality, so when you are testing any application also, you have the customer requirements with you. You need to test the application whether it is meeting all the customer requirements or not. So that is what the meaning of quality. So once that is done, then you need to understand one more thing, how a project will get initiated. How a project will get initiated in a company. Let us say I'm just taking an example of TCS company. So TCS company wanted to build one application. So they are going to build one application. Let's say that application is for Citibank. So in this case, Citibank is the customer, or you can call it as client. To whom? To TCS. So TCS customer is Citibank. So Citibank employees will be the client people to TCS. For Citibank, TCS will be vendor, the person who provides you the services. So vendor is TCS, and these people will build the application for Citibank people, Citibank users. When I say Citibank users, Citibank customers. So Citibank customers are those who do online banking transactions. That means the people who are having an account in the Citibank, and if they wanted to withdraw some money, if they wanted to transfer some money, so those people are Citibank customers. Those people will make use of this application. Now this is the scenario. Now assume Citibank does not have any online banking system. What they will be doing? So first of all, they will not directly approach TCS company. So they wanted to check what are all the companies, or what are all the vendors, who are all the vendors will provide these solutions. Let's say TCS, Wipro, and then Genpact, and then uh, Wells Fargo, Like that, there are couple of companies, they may ask for their proposals. So this is called RFP, stands for request for proposal. So when I say request for proposal, so these companies people will get a requirement from this customer. So vendors, we need an online banking application for our Citibank customers, and what are all your approaches and how much you are going to code and how much time you are going to take. So with a lot of questions, they will ask for the proposals. In that, so they are going to specify how much time they are going to take, how much amount they are going to charge, and how many people they are going to have, every information, and whatever the process or methods they are going to implement, everything they will provide. So now every company, TCS company first will go to the Citibank customer and then explain their process. Similarly, Wipro also will go and present. Genpact also will do, and then Wells Fargo also does the same thing. So what will happen once they project that? So now what will happen? Let me explain in a diagrammatic representation. So what we are going to do is, let's say this is your customer. So this is your Citibank customer. Citibank asked for the RFP, and now we have these four companies. They come up with their this estimated proposal. So what will happen? So let's say the first one is TCS, and the second one is Wipro, and the third one Wipro, and the third one is, you'll be having third one, let's say Wells Fargo. So what is the other one we have written? So we have written Genpact. So just take the Genpact also as an example. So once you have all these companies, so first of all, what will happen? This customer will ask for proposals. Okay, everybody will get the information from the customer, and then these people will go and present it to the Citibank people once they have the clear information with them. So whatever they have in their company, they are going to project it. So that means when I say some people may do it, let's say some people, so timelines, they'll say I'll do it in 1 year, and cost, so let's say some XX dollars amount, and then you are going to offer these many features, and then you are going to provide some warranty period for free of cost. That means after developing any software, they are going to provide some warranty. So every company will do the same thing. Like that, your TCS will say some days, let's say TCS may say 1 year and then some cost. Wipro may say I'll do it in 6 months, and Genpact may say in 2 years. Wells Fargo may say in some other years. Let's say here it is six. Here it is. If it is 6 months, assume they are saying only 6 months, and these people, they may say 2 years, but the price is less. Okay, and the other one may say that okay, they are going to do it in 1.6 years, 1 year 6 months. So everybody will have their own price, and Citibank will decide with one company they wanted to go, and they will have a contract between this company, and once they understand, they will review all these companies estimation whatever they have provided, and based on that they feel that TCS is a branded one. They are not going directly with the brand, but they will be looking at what is the expertise they have, and based on that they will do an agreement between TCS and the customer. So this process is called bidding of a project. Bidding of a project. So the first and foremost step to get a project to a company, first bidding of the project needs to be done. When I say bidding of the project, so customer and the software company will have an agreement. So in that process, whatever they do, that process we call it as bidding of a project. So now you will get a question. So who is going to involve from TCS side and who is going to involve from Citibank side? Citibank side, the people, whoever is giving the business, Citibank client side also, they will have a team. So those people are like the business users, whoever is going to make use of that application, those users called business users, those may call it as clients also. From TCS, you will be having salespeople, business unit heads, and various kinds of people who are having some great experience in building the solutions for the client will involve in these meetings. So to understand that, first you need to understand how a company structure will look like in a company. So let me take an example. So if you look at here, every company, any company, whatever the company you take, so you will be having CEO. First, CEO will be there. CEO stands for Chief Executive Officer. And to him, there will be one person called COO. This guy is called Chief Operational Officer, who reports to CEO. Under COO, you will be having BU heads. BU stands for business unit. Business unit heads are like, for example, your office is in Hyderabad. Hyderabad, entire Hyderabad, one business unit head. Bangalore, one business unit head. And Chennai, one business unit head. Like that, your operations, wherever you are operating, you will be having all the business unit heads. In some companies, you may have some other designation called president also. For example, entire India, one president will be there. Entire USA, one president will be there. It depends on the company structure. I'm just giving you an example. So as a manual tester, you will not interact with all of these people, but just you need to understand the flow. So once you understand the business unit heads, in Hyderabad, you may have one business unit head, but he will be looking at multiple projects. That means under him, there will be multiple project directors. So in the same manner, PD stands for project director. Under a project manager, you may have multiple project managers also. When I say multiple project managers, one director will handle multiple projects. So I just gave one project manager hierarchy just to give you a overview. So project director will take care of at least 2 to 3 projects based upon the size of the project. Under project manager, project director, you will be having project manager. So now we know what is PD and what is PM. And after that, under project manager, you will be having business analyst or system analyst. Business analyst or system analyst. So these people will define the system. Business analyst, what he is going to do, he will go to the customer and understand the requirements and transform those requirements to their understandable language to the development team, and also explain it to the testing team. So similarly, system analyst, who is very well define the system, what exactly the system should consist of. And chief architect, CA stands for chief architect, who will define the architecture of the system. So these three people are directly reporting to your project manager along with the PL. PL stands for project lead. So project lead will take care of the in detailed activities, and there will be a team. If you are into a testing team, so under the project lead, if he is a testing project lead, you will be having a test lead, and you will be having senior software engineers, and then you will be having software engineers, and you will be having associate software engineers. So associate software engineers are freshers. Senior software engineers are like 1 to 2 years experienced people. Senior software engineers are minimum 4 years experienced people. Test leads maybe 5 to 6 years, more than 6 years experienced people. Project lead is also a kind of more than 7 years experienced guys. So like that, based upon every structure, so the designations are defined, and this will be the hierarchy for a particular testing project. If you see the same thing, for example, another project director who is managing a development project, so there also development project manager will be there, project lead will be there. This project lead is a development project lead, and development lead will be there, and senior software engineers and software engineers, and ASE. ASE stands for associate software engineers. I have given all the abbreviations for these words, acronyms, whatever we have used here. So now what will happen? So whenever the project bidding is coming in, some cases project directors will involve, some cases business unit heads will involve. Based upon the situation, these people will go and present to the customer and get the business and hire the corresponding project director, and based on that he will start the project. So before he starts, he will set up a team with a project manager, and once he identifies the right project manager, then he will ask the project manager to create one document. So that document name, we call it as pin document. Pin stands for project initiation note. When I say project initiation note, this describes what is the plan, and who is going to involve, how are you going to do, when are you going to do, what is the timeline. Everything will be defined, and this will be reviewed by your project director, and then he will approve. When I say approve, he will provide his sign off. Sign off means approval. So if he reviews the document and it is good, then the project will get started, and then the project manager will have the team, and then they start working on the project according to the project plan. So you just understand the process now. We will see in detail in the subsequent sessions. So when the pin document is created, so now the main responsibility will go to the project manager. So in the organization, along with this, you will be having some more functions. So those some more functions are like HR teams, who takes care of the members and who takes care of the uh, your tracking of your recruitment process. And also some companies may have RMG teams, resource management group. Means once you complete your project, they will allocate you the next project by talking to the respective teams. And also you will be having finance teams, and who takes care of your payroll, that is salary. So and also you will have admin team, who takes care of your office infrastructure, like your water, and then food, canteen, transportation, everything. And then you will be having ISIT team. ISIT stands for information systems and information technology. These people, those people will issue your laptops, and if there are any hardware issues also they will resolve. So some companies may call it as FMG, called for facilities management group. Every company will have their own name, and you need to understand, once you go to the company, you will understand what exactly the company is following, who is going to do what, you will get to know. But to a tester, for you, if you understand the structure till your project director, that is sufficient. Okay, so in the next video, we are going to see how the project will get operated and what is going to happen in each and every phase of the software development life cycle. We will see in the next session.